Okay. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel and another monthly favorites video. I know I'm so late on doing this, but I decided that I would rather do it late than not do it at all. And so here we are, March favorites, even though we are well past halfway through April. To begin, I wanted to kind of talk about just the month as a whole. If any of you watched my February favorites, you would have remembered me talking about just feeling a little lost and confused on what I should do with my photo and video business, if I should kind of slightly put it on hold because we're moving a lot for my husband's medical school, or if I should just go for it anyway. And I was just feeling a little lost. Which brings me to the month of March. And my favorite moment. So I got hired to go and do photo and video for a company that is currently based out of Australia, and they were traveling to Utah for something. They wanted to document it, and they hired me to fly there and do it. So that was awesome because first off, I was able to do clients, and since then I've had way more photo shoots lined up, and I've done a few. It's just been so good to get back into the routine of doing work for clients, and I have just freaking loved it. But why that particular shoot was extra special was because they paid enough to cover my travel expenses, and I was able to make money. Sometimes it can get a little hard because travel expenses add up really fast. Anyway, yeah, so that was just super cool to me to be able to go on an airplane and travel for work and go and do a photo shoot and do some video, and it was awesome. So that was my favorite moment in the month of March. Let's see here, I've got my little notebook. P.S. This notebook is from Really Boutique. I don't think I mentioned that, and it says, "Make it happen." And this has been a huge lifesaver for me. It's not on my favorites list, but it probably should be because I do everything in this notebook. Anyway, so my favorite gear piece has been my camera that I'm filming this on right now, and it's the Sony a7R III, and I'm in love with it. I never thought I would say that, especially about a Sony camera. I was really skeptical at first. Before moving down here in December, sorry, my shirt. There we go. Before moving back to Grenada in December, I decided to just try it out because I had been wanting to for a while, and so I actually sold all my camera gear besides my GoPro. I sold all my cameras, my lenses, my drone. I sold everything, and then I purchased this camera body, 2 prime lenses, and a new drone, a few other little accessories and whatnot, and I just decided to just try it out. So I started just with 2 prime lenses, just in case I didn't like the camera. I didn't have a ton of stuff to sell, and oh my gosh, I'm so happy I did it. This camera is just amazing. During the month of March, it was extra awesome to have the 120 frames per second. That slow-mo was just amazing. During some shoots, I had to do a lot handheld because there wasn't enough room between me and the subject to have a tripod as well and stuff like that. And I had to be moving around a ton and getting out of the doctor's way, and so it was just so nice to have that beautiful slow-mo, and I could handhold it and get plenty of footage out of it. It was amazing. And also when you're doing photos, the 10 frames per second, oh my gosh. I've loved it. It's been really nice, but this last month has just been a huge, so happy to have that. It's just been amazing. Another huge reason why I love it, I feel like I could talk about this camera forever, so one last thing, is how small of a body it is because it's mirrorless. So most cameras have that mirror that the image, you can see it through the mirrors, and then the mirror flips up to show the sensor that's capturing the photo. So it doesn't have that mirror at all, and that's been so nice because the body can be smaller, your viewfinder is what the actual image will look like. yeah, I loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Especially I'm 5'2". My old camera bag when I was traveling was 50 pounds. And a lot of the time I'm traveling with one of my kids. So like one of these times I had my 50-pound camera bag on my shoulders because it was carry-on. And then I was carrying my baby as well. And I was like rolling a suitcase. Oh my gosh, it was so hard. Oh, and I was pregnant at the time too. I should find a photo. If I find a photo, I'll insert it here. But seriously, it was insane. So that was just so great to have this like tiny camera body that weighs like nothing to be traveling with. Anyway, just, I love it. I love it. Such a good camera, such a good camera. My favorite food item in the month was probably homemade soups. I really enjoy cooking a lot, actually. I'm not very like wonderful at everything, but I try really hard to really learn about why things taste a certain way so that I can be creative with it later. And so in the month of March, I tried to make a lot of different homemade soups without using recipes, just thinking of an idea and then thinking how that would need to be made with what spices or how things needed to be cooked separately and then added in and whatever. And that was just so fun to enjoy all these delicious soups during the whole month. I'm actually making soup again tonight, which is so funny because I'm in a humid, warm climate and I'm eating soup, but I just loved it. Soups are just the bomb. They're so good. My favorite fashion piece and / the company in general. I just barely discovered this company in this last month and I'm so happy I did. This is my little order receipt so I can make sure I tell you the one I got. So it's the company True & Co. and I ordered the True Body V-neck bra and I'm in love. I'm in love and I don't know how I survived in all my crappy bras before this one. For any other female watchers, you'll understand, sometimes bras can be so annoying and they don't fit right, and then after you wash them once, they never look the same. And this one has been incredible, just amazing. Washing it and then it comes out great, brand new again, super comfortable. I just loved it and I want it in every single color. And you get on their website and you just take a quiz and it tells you your top 3 or 5 bras that it would recommend to you, which I loved because at first I got on the website and these all look amazing, but I have no idea which ones to try. And so that was super great for me to just take the quiz and I was oh, that's the one, that one looks great. There was something else I wanted to talk about the company. I wrote it down. Oh, I remember. I also love that their whole vibe, is all about empowering women and just the confidence being comfortable gives you and stuff. Because I feel a lot of other companies, I don't know if any other females feel this way, but you just kind of feel a little bit of an object when you're shopping there. And I have just loved that it's just felt more personal. It's felt more empowering and great in that aspect. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. Maybe it's just me. Okay, the next category I wanted to talk about is my beauty favorite of the month. It's sitting next to me and it smells so good. So it's this conditioner bar. It looks like a bar of soap. It smells so good. I wish you could smell it. It's by the company Lush. Obvious reasons, traveling. It's not a liquid. That's been awesome. But also it itself, my hair, because of having Kellen, he's 7 months old now, I lost a bunch of hair. So my hair was just feeling super thin and just flat and dead, and I didn't know if I would need to go chop it. I didn't know what I should do to help me look like I had better hair. And so I got this one, which is, I wrote it down, big. And it helps your hair to have more volume, and it seriously has been so good. My hair looks and feels so much better. I wish I would have had my hair down for this video. Maybe I'll insert a photo or something, but I haven't needed to use texture spray or anything, and it just oh, it's been so good. And it smells so good too. Oh, I talked about my favorite moment, traveling for work. So fun, so fun. my favorite film slash movie, which let me talk here, which is actually a TV series. It's called The 100. So I'm taking, I guess side note, I'm taking the directing online class by Ron Howard through Masterclass. And so it's been really fun because I'm not sure what part about film and creating content I love the most. And so I decided to take the directing course because I feel like that's something that I would maybe eventually love to like work towards and do. But it's funny how much it's opened my eyes to things in movies that I'm like, why am I loving this movie? What about it? Like what? And so that's been like super cool to now be watching stuff. And I feel like The 100, there's parts of it that I'm like, meh, like the acting scene wasn't that great or this and that. But there's a lot of other things that I'm like, the plot line on this or makeup and dress in that and that actor, and it's been fun to break it down, I feel like. But if you're into like futuristic end of the world kind of things, then I would check it out. Let's see here. Favorite person of the month. So another online course I'm taking is a photography course by Chris Burkhardt. It's called like the Outdoor Experience, and it's through the company Creative Life. And that's been like super fun. So a few months ago, I was actually supposed to go to Chris Burkhardt's workshop in New York City. I think it was a 1 or 2 day workshop, and I was so stoked for it. I got my tickets, I got my flights, I got the hotel, everything was taken care of. And sadly, they needed to push it back like 2 weeks or something. And I couldn't get everything changed in time and the babysitters and stuff like that. And so I sadly couldn't end up going. And I was so bummed about it. And so I decided to take his online workshop for now until I can hopefully attend one in person. But he's just been super fun because he's so real and honest. And I think sometimes on the online community, especially when it comes to like online workshops, I don't know if it's just like the photography industry, maybe it's other industries as well, but I feel like there's a lot of people who don't like to just put it out honest to you. They like to like sugarcoat it a ton. Because I've taken quite a few online workshops by people, and sometimes I feel like they're like, just do a great job and then you'll get clients. And it's like, yes, that's true, but like, let's be real. Like, how do you get those clients? How much do you need to make? What are the things you need to cover? Like, I think some people think that you should just do it for free if you love it. And at the end of the day, if you did everything for free, you wouldn't have anywhere to live, you wouldn't have any food, you wouldn't have money for your family, like, and so, anyway, I don't want to get like way deep into that side of it because I'm just more talking like his personality. He's just so honest with it, and I've loved that because you want to know. That's why you're taking the online workshop in the first place, is so that you can learn like the logistics of it. And so I've just like loved that personality of him. Yeah, I will also link his Instagram account below. Just as he does amazing work. It's so awesome. You guys, I think that was everything that I had on my freaking list, but I feel like there was one other thing. What am I forgetting? Oh, I remember. I didn't remember, I read it. Anyway, I finished my Kylie's photo and video website. Oh my gosh, it took me so long. I thought about hiring someone because I am not like a web designer by any means. I actually went to college for graphic design, and I never even finished the class. I didn't even show up for the final because I just loved photography and filmmaking way more. And so I was like, sweet, learned what I need to, like, I'm out. And but I decided to take the time and try and do it myself this time around. And then next time when I do rebranding, I'll know a bit more direction so I could work with someone. And oh my gosh, it took me so many hours, so many links, and so many this and blah, but I'm so happy it's done. And I also decided to take some elements of it and incorporate it into my Kai's Life blog. And so that's really cool because if you follow both or see both, like you can tell like the style translating into both of them, which I love, 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 love. So that was just a little proud moment of me for finishing that website, because there was a lot of moments where I was like, I can't do this, this is so hard. Oh, it was insane. But I'm losing my light, the sun is setting. I think I covered everything on my list. I'm sorry, I feel like this video was probably kind of long, but it's been really fun to sit down and chat and just share my favorites with you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful month, and I will try and be better on my timing in the next one. Okay, see you. Bye!